Hey there everyone, and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're doing another feature preview video for Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.2, as well as Phoenix Rising, another mod for Empire at War. There's a link to both of these mods in the description. So this feature was developed by Evil Bob the Bob. He was designing it for Phoenix Rising, but has also made some other changes to make it apply to Thrawn's Revenge as well. So what this feature does is it allows for randomized Galactic Conquest starts in certain Galactic Conquests. So there's a few different parameters this can work within, and this is just one possible setup. There's a lot more depth that we can add to this in different situations to customize it, but the possibilities are pretty far-reaching. So this map that we're looking at right here is the From the Ground Up map for Thrawn's Revenge. So all the planets are assigned to a hostile faction, and you start with, I'm the New Republic right now, so I start with this force here. But we'll just go through quickly and show what it looks like. So all these purple planets, you can set it to different factions. You can have different groups of factions spawning. You can set different rules for it to spawn by. So basically the idea behind it is that it'll really increase replayability, and from a development standpoint, it'll really help speed up the development of some of these maps. So for example, if you're playing from the ground up and you get down your initial moves are supposed to be, then it loses a lot of its replayability because you've got, you always know what's going to be around on the next planet. But with this, you can see we have some Empire of the Hand forces that spawned here. You could have Yavitha, Empire, New Republic, whatever. And you can even do this with some other situations where you want some level of randomness, but not quite that much. Like you can say that, right now these are all fairly randomly set up, pretty standard, but you can also set it to like, we want Coruscant to, I don't think Coruscant's actually in this map, but let's say we want Coruscant to always spawn with the Imperial set of ships, and we want it to have a certain amount of total power. It'll change the ships that are spawning within that, but it'll still have within those parameters. Or you can do what this one's more set up to be, where it's less specified and you get even more randomness. So you can see this has an Imperial ship set. So just to see what our next little setup would look like, I'm just going to go back into From the Ground Up as the New Republic. And I should note that the actual map here isn't done. This is still the 2.15 map, but the starting forces are really just what we're talking about right here. Yeah, so you have these planets which should have some different forces now. So let's get this over here. Coordinates received. So like I was saying, in Thrawn's Revenge, this is primarily going to be used for the From the Ground Up scenarios in, see, these are now different. These are going to be primarily used for From the Ground Up scenarios in 2.2. It can be applied to some other places in Thrawn's Revenge going forward, but because we're pretty close to the end of the development cycle, we are releasing on March 29th. If everything goes to plan, we might have to delay it a week or two. But in Phoenix Rising, the random generation will mostly be used, or what Bob plans to do is use it in the 18 years before the Battle of Yavin scenarios. Where it should help with replayability as well. It also kind of potentially allows the return of the full-size Phoenix Rising Galaxy Far, Far Away scenario. So you can that one would have 100+ planets and would use the same kind of randomly generated starting force. And then within both mods, so within Thrawn's Revenge and Phoenix Rising, the plan is still for the primarily historical campaigns. So let's take another look at what's on some of these other planets. The plan is still for the historical campaign, so all the other ones in Phoenix Rising, as well as the like the Thrawn campaign, Empire's End, all that stuff in Thrawn's Revenge to remain hand-picked. But this does allow for a lot more different varieties and types of Galactic Conquest we can make. So you can have a bunch of different parameters that'll randomly generate the forces within, like I said. And it really does add a lot of new possibilities to Galactic Conquest design and Empire at War. There is currently also a playthrough going through on the channel where I'm playing through Empire's End in Thrawn's Revenge, where I'm doing all 5 eras as the Imperial Remnant. So if you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe to the channel, get the notifications when the new episodes go up. That's Tuesday through Saturday. Yeah, so there are links to both Thrawn's Revenge and Phoenix Rising in the description. Check them both out, and this might actually be the last feature preview before 2.2 releases. So hope you're all looking forward to that as well, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.